Okay, what happened yesterday is going to give me a good platform to explain a couple things about swarming and what I call old wives' tales and why I don't go by that. But anyway, first of all, I came out early this morning and these bees were really sending out scouts. They only had two of those boxes on. I put the colored one on just a little while ago. They was checking. They didn't like being cramped in that. There was a lot of bees in there, and I could tell. I've seen it before. They were sending scouts out to look for another place to go. It wasn't big enough for them. Bees have a really marvelous communication with themselves on how to survive. So anyway, I put that third box on with a couple partially filled frames, and there's honey in there, and there's room for the queen to lay a little bit right now while they build out the bottom two. Looking much better today than it did yesterday. It's just looking better. But as for the wives' tale or whatever on beekeepers saying, oh, you get a swarm in July, it's no good, I don't understand the reasoning for that. The reason being, if that swarm came from either Ivan on right there, or Eve on the, or Ivan on the left, Eve on the right, or my double box over at the far end, Speedy Gonzalez. What happens when swarms is the old queen leaves, taking with her a bunch of bees. Those three hives I've told you have been marvelous honey producers this year. So for me to let that queen go does not make no sense. She's the one who's leaving. Those boxes will now have new queens in there. I'm going to have to be checking them depending on which one swarmed. I'm starting to think it's Speedy Gonzalez now. I'll have to check and make sure that queen, that new queen in there, has successfully mated someplace and is laying. Usually takes about 2 weeks for me to find out that, so I won't know. But I'm going to have to check all of them, you know, Eve and Ivan. But that's where I do not understand the beekeepers that say, oh, a July or later swarm is worth, you know, garbage. To me, those three hives, whichever one swarmed, I got that queen now in that box, and they're going to do the same thing they did for me on those over there, whichever one. I can't let that go just because of wives' tale. Every time a box swarms, the old queen leaves. So if it's a good hive and it swarms, you want to catch it. It don't matter what time it is of year. It don't make no sense to let it go. Now, I could say if it was like one of these single ones, they're kind of slow. But should they swarm, I'd probably just let them go. You know, that queen ain't doing nothing for me. Maybe the new queen that's going to be instilled in there will do a better job. And then when that swarms, I will go after that if it's a good producing queen. But that is one tale that I don't understand that beekeepers say. A July swarm is no good. It just don't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. And just like I wasn't supposed to take a swarm in September out of a house. Well, actually it was 1st October. And I did. I didn't think it'd make winter. Not very much time for them to build up. I only grabbed a piece of their comb from the house. I took it out of and put them in the box. But guess what? They survived the winter. And they're doing pretty good right now. And I got her a year and a half ago. Well, almost 2 years now coming up. Still surviving. Because I went against what other people say. So, anyway, it's a little long video, but it kind of gives you the idea of what happens when bees swarm. I'll get back to you.